Hey guys, it's Jen, and I'm back with another Throwback Thursday. On the Nicole Jones Facebook group, I asked if everyone would maybe want to do something a little bit different for this week's Throwback Thursday, and I thought it would be fun to share our favorite layouts of all time and kind of explain why it's our favorite layout of all time. And a bunch of people said that they were going to participate, so I'm excited to see what everyone loves and why. And I just think it's kind of a fun thing to share and really kind of show why this hobby is so important to us, or why we love it so much. I'm going to share with you this layout. This is my favorite layout of all time. I created it just in January of this year, so it's not super old. And this layout is my favorite for a couple of different reasons. It's kind of like the perfect storm. I like the way the design turned out. This is one of my very favorite photos of my husband and my daughter ever, and the journaling and the story is really something that I needed to scrapbook, and that's dear to my heart. And it was also challenging. This layout came about because a coworker, we were talking about things that we love, and I was talking about how I love puzzles because I love puzzles, which is a weird fact about me. And she asked me if I had ever used puzzle pieces on a scrapbook layout, and I said no, and she said, well, you should try to do that. And so as soon as she told me that, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And soon after, I thought, you know what, a cool title would be for a puzzle piece layout is "You Are All of My Missing Pieces." And so that's the title of the layout, "You Are All of My Missing Pieces." The puzzle pieces are actually literally missing pieces from puzzles. So I have a whole closet full of puzzles because I love them so much. And when I put them away, sometimes like a month or so down the road, I'll find a puzzle piece like in a weird spot in the house, and so I'll put it in this baggie. And when I'm doing a puzzle again, if I'm missing a piece, I'll look through that baggie to see if any of the missing pieces are in that baggie. And so all of these pieces came from that baggie. And so what I did was so this is using some older papers. This is an older crepe paper around the outside, and then this is, I can't remember if this is I think this is from crepe paper too, but I covered it. It's totally mixed media, but what I did was I covered the page with gesso. I glued the puzzle pieces down and covered them with gesso also, and then I used some watercoloring and some gelatos and had the paint drip from the top all the way down to the bottom. And I don't know, I just love the way it turned out. This is a really thick layout. Let's see if I can show you. Because we've got the layer of the puzzle pieces, and then there's this layer of Maggie Holmes chipboard here. And then there's another layer of it, and then there's also the layers of the photo, so it's kind of a really thick layout, which is not super usual for me. But anyway, so the puzzle pieces turned out really cool. I loved the way that the title worked along with the pieces. What the journaling is talking about, and I have a blog post on my blog all about this layout if you want to read more. My blog is www.jenniferscow.blogspot.com. But I'm just talking about how I have wanted to have more children, and my husband and I have not been able to have more kids. And just kind of was talking about over my ups and downs and through the years that I've realized that sometimes we don't get to choose, what happens to us, but that doesn't mean we can't be happy for what we have. And so for a while I felt like I had some, spaces that needed to be filled in my heart, or some missing pieces. But in this layout, I kind of talk about how, I might not have, my life might not have turned out exactly the way that I thought it would. but these two kind of make up for all of those. They fill up all of those spaces in my heart. They are my missing pieces. And you know, if something ever, it says, and someday if we're blessed with another child, my heart will only grow. But for now, you are all of my missing pieces. And so this was something that was really something that I needed to, this was kind of one of those therapeutic kind of layouts. At the same time, I was kind of working through this, and I was, one of the things I love about scrapbooking is it helps me realize what, you know, how blessed I am, and how much that I have, and to reflect on those good things, and to not dwell on the negative, but to not push it aside either. And so that's kind of what this layout was all about. And I just love the way that all of the Maggie Holmes pieces turned out with it, and these cute little hearts. I think that they might be from October Afternoon. And the little thread nests with, that's my husband's initial, Philip, and an M for Malia, that's my daughter. And just everything about this layout just came together. And so that is why this is my favorite layout of all time. And maybe someday I'll have a different favorite layout of all time, but this one really hit the mark for me because I loved the way it turned out design-wise. I loved the title. I loved the challenge of trying to use the puzzle pieces, something that I loved. I loved the symbolism, and I loved the story. And so that hit all the marks for me. And so that is why this is my favorite layout ever, and I can't wait to see everyone else's. And this has been a fun Throwback Thursday. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.